So by now I'm pretty sure you heard the news. Deangelo Russell is headed to the Warriors and KD is headed to the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving. KD, pretty big void to fill, all-time great player. Deangelo Russell, can he do it? I don't think he can fill KD's void, but I do think he does bring a bag of tricks with him. I do think he's a very good player with a lot of potential, and I do think he can help the Warriors offensively. Defense, that might be a different discussion, but this video, we're going to discuss how Deangelo Russell is going to fit in the Warriors offense, in the Warriors system, and how the Warriors could potentially use him to make another championship run and another championship push if they don't trade him away. Let's get into it. So first up, Deangelo Russell. What kind of player is Deangelo Russell? We all know he was drafted by the LA Lakers, got into some drama, some controversy, got shipped out to Brooklyn. This year, damn near had a breakout season, led the Brooklyn Nets to their first playoff appearance in a minute, and he also improved his points per game by like 6 points. He was probably easily in the running for most improved players. In terms of basketball, a jump of 6 points is a huge jump in terms of the points you average per game. So congrats to him, shout out to him. You know, it's great to see players maybe get traded from a team and it's not the best case scenario, and really see them buy in and commit to their current team. And I thought that he was going to be a part of a culture shift in Brooklyn. And even though he's not going to be there anymore, he essentially is, because since he elevated his game, in my opinion, it didn't make the Nets look like the worst franchise in basketball. You know, when they got those terrible contracts of Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and I think they gave the Celtics a ton of picks, the Nets were looking terrible. They were looking like the Browns of the NFL, and the Browns aren't even the Browns of the NFL anymore, but they were looking like the worst team in the league. So they honestly, with the help of Deangelo Russell, completed almost a rebuild in 3 to 4 years after that, which is honestly quite amazing. So yeah, big shouts out to Deangelo Russell for helping the Nets do that. But now, since he's going to be playing in Oakland, it's time to look and see how his 21 points per game is going to work in that system, is going to work in terms of basketball. You know, a lot of times when teams sign players that average 20 or more plus points, it's usually a good pickup. More often than not, it's a good pickup. It's good offense. He also has decent averages, 43% from the field. That's not that bad. It's pretty great. From beyond the arc, 37%. Pretty good. That was his league high in shooting from beyond the arc. So you can almost assume he might even be getting better at taking threes. And then in the Warriors system, he might get some open threes too. So next year, you could potentially see his three-point shooting jump up to the 40% range, which is elite. Everyone knows that. So now you're probably wondering, okay, Berg, if he can score and if he can shoot the three ball, why is this considered a bad pickup for the Warriors? Well, first off, we have to see who the Warriors lost, right? We know they lost Kevin Durant, but they also lost Klay Thompson. Now, regardless of if you like Kevin Durant or not, I think whichever side of that convo or debate you land on, if you think he's a cupcake, if you think he's a snake, I think both sides agree that Kevin Durant is a bucket. I think this year people started to realize, hey, this guy might be the best in the league. This guy might be a once-in-a-lifetime player. And that phrase gets thrown around a lot. Once in a lifetime. People always say that when they just see crazy athletes. He's a once in a lifetime talent. No, KD legit might be a once in a lifetime talent. 7 foot, handle like a guard, can shoot like a guard, can play defense, can give you a post up. Again, crazy handle. He should have his handle at 7 foot. You know, shooting at 7 foot, that's fine. Posting up at 7 foot, that's fine. Being a good defender at 7 foot, that's fine. Having a guard handle, that's what makes KD the most dangerous. So again, KD this year averaged 26 points per game. In the playoffs before he got injured, he was averaging more than 30 points per game in the playoffs. And that's what you see all-time great and elite players do. In the playoffs, they elevate their game. They give their team more buckets, more numbers. They push them to the top, and that's what KD was doing. Even in the finals, when KD came back for that one game and Golden State ended up winning that game, they won that game by a slim margin, because when KD played, he gave them amazing minutes. He was hitting every three, every shot. People were getting more open looks. It was crazy to see how much better KD made the Warriors. And also, side note, I think that kills the conversation or the saying that people said the Warriors don't need KD. People saw the Warriors beat the Trailblazers and was like, man, they don't need KD. The Warriors needed KD to beat LeBron. Think about it. When the Warriors got their first ring, they got it because the Cavs were banged up. They could barely beat a LeBron Cavs team without Kyrie Irving and without Kevin Love. So the Warriors needed KD. don't misconstrue that. Don't fall into that trap. They needed KD. And then when they got KD just being as good as he is, pushed him over the top and made it damn near just not competitive. He honestly did that. So the Warriors did need KD. And again, versus the Raptors, we saw how bad they need KD to compete versus other elite, healthy teams. So now this offseason, the Warriors are forced with replacing their best player. Warriors players even call him the best player. Past season, he averaged 26 points, field goal percentage. This is what shows you how efficient and how dominant a player is, honestly. Field goal percentage last season, 52%. 52%. 52% is godly. It's godly field goal percentage. His three-point percentage wasn't his best last year. He only shot it for 35%, but we've seen him shoot 40%, over 40% multiple times throughout his career. KD is a sniper. And lastly, EFG, a great stat to look at. He easily averages over 50% EFG every year. And again, these are stats that show you how easily, in my opinion, players are cooking and getting buckets and getting the shots they want. KD by the papers is ridiculous. So they have to replace a 26 point per game scorer, efficient scorer, lockdown defender in Kevin Durant. And then they have to battle the storm while Klay Thompson gets healthy. Klay Thompson, 21 points per game. Again, just like KD, sniper, super efficient. 3-point percentage this past year, 40%. Field goal percentage this past year, 46%. And he had an EFG of 55%. Then Iguodala, we're not going to talk about his stats because his stats aren't that crazy jumping off the paper. But hey, he's a former finals MVP. And we saw him hit big shots in the postseason this year. So I say all that to say the Warriors have an uphill battle and replacing some of their superstars and getting back in the hunt for another NBA championship. Now, for the sake of being optimistic, we can say they're going to get Klay Thompson back soon after All-Star break. So if Deangelo Russell and Steph Curry can make a decent run in the first half of the season, the Warriors can be right there in the hunt. In the first half of the season, if the Warriors hang on to Deangelo Russell, I imagine he's probably going to try to fill that Klay Thompson role. He's going to play a lot of off-ball stuff and really try to, I guess, be that 1A, 1B player to Steph Curry. Now, to me, the biggest question mark is, can Deangelo play effectively off ball? The best thing about the Warriors guards, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, is they're amazing off ball and they're amazing on ball, but they're the biggest threat off ball. Very hard to guard off screens. They don't need a lot of time to hit a shot, so they can easily catch and shoot on Hall of Fame. Can Deangelo do that? Then also, one thing about Klay Thompson, incredible defender. Can Deangelo play defense? Steph Curry isn't the best defender. Deangelo isn't the best defender. This is where I see a glaring weakness in this trade and in this acquisition. I don't know who's going to play defense in their backcourt. I have no idea. But if they can compete on defense, I think we can see some good things. Now, in terms of positives, because honestly, I think defense might be the only negative. Deangelo isn't the best defender and isn't comparable to Klay Thompson. He's not as efficient as Klay Thompson either, but in the Warriors system, I think he could work his way up to being as efficient as Klay Thompson and doing some things better than Klay. So Deangelo Russell, he's young. He's young. Young guys like to run in the league. Deangelo Russell is going to be great for getting easy buckets on the break. Easy buckets on the break. He can stop and hit a three, or he can go all the way and finish at the rim very easily. We know Klay can do that, but again, he's a young guy, young gunner. Young guys love to run the court. If they wanted to even give Deangelo Russell his own set, his own like second team to run, Deangelo Russell can easily up the pace, wear out the other team while Curry is on the bench. So that's great for the Warriors. They actually have a number 2 point guard, a legit second option to run the offense, you know? Next up, ISO. Klay Thompson isn't really an ISO player. He can give you buckets quickly and efficiently, but ISO really isn't his game, more or less. He's just a catch and shoot guy. He's just a catch and shoot guy. If he has a mismatch, he'll definitely cook you. Don't get me wrong, but Deangelo, he's a pretty elite isoer, middle of the pack to better of the league in terms of iso ball, and he's comfortable doing it. You know, Klay Thompson ranks in the bottom of the league iso ball. Deangelo, again, he's crawling towards the upper percentile of iso situations, and their best defender is probably going to be on Curry. So Deangelo Russell might have a favorable matchup more often than not. So again, I think if Curry is being double teamed, I think Deangelo Russell can easily get a bucket. And this also is going to make teams play Curry more straight up, because this past year in the finals, we saw the freaking Raptors playing a box score. It was disgusting. They didn't trust anyone else on that team to hit a shot, get a bucket. Deangelo Russell can do both. He can get a shot, get a bucket, and again, run the offense if Curry is tired, if Curry is injured, or again, if Curry is double teamed. Now, as good as Deangelo Russell is, he is not a KD replacement. You just can't, again, replace 7-footers that can shoot, dribble, and defend. But I think he's a great addition to this team. And I think, again, if they can get Klay Thompson back after the All-Star break, I think it's a good chance that they can actually be competitive next year if they can stay healthy, because Russell gives them depth. One of the reasons the Raptors won is they had depth and everybody was going off. Now they're going to have 3 guards that's going to give them some depth. One to, I guess, kind of run his own unit if they want to, or they can play all 3 at once. Maybe bump Klay up to the 3. I don't know if that's going to work, but if they need offense, they need small ball. They're going to have one of the better small ball lineups in the league. You could go Curry, Russell, Klay, Draymond, and a big. That's a pretty solid lineup. 3 shooters, Draymond scrapping, doing his Rodman thing, and a big to do whatever they need a big to do. Let me know what you all think in the comments. At first thought, I thought this was an ass trade. I thought it didn't make the Warriors much better. But if you watch the Nets, D'Lo can hit an open shot. He can work without the ball. He can get to a spot without the ball. And he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the moment. Some young guards, they are afraid of the moment. They aren't ready for that. They haven't practiced for it. I think D'Lo wants it. Ice in his veins. He craves it. He needs it. And that's why I think he might be a crazy addition to the Warriors. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this acquisition. If you look at it as the Warriors replacing KD with Deangelo Russell, it's a sad trade, sad pickup, sad signing. But if you just look at it from a basketball standpoint and from the rest of the league, the Warriors are going to be competing with Deangelo Russell. And again, if Klay comes back next year after All-Star break, even gives them a quarter of the season and is ready for playoffs, I don't think teams are going to want to match it with the Warriors again, because with Russell, they're going to be able to run the off-ball system efficiently and effectively. And again, Russell can ISO and give you a bucket. Maybe not as efficiently as KD, but he can get in that bag of tricks. And he's not afraid of the moment. I'm very excited to see this Warriors team play. Again, my only question mark, can they play defense? Can they play defense? KD was crazy to have on the court, because you can have a center, you can have KD, and you can have Draymond all on the team, all on the floor, without missing a beat in shooting, without missing a beat in offense. Now, if you run Klay, you run Curry, and you run Deangelo Russell, you might sacrifice a little bit on defense. But other than that, I think this is an amazing pickup for the Warriors. I commend the front office for making a swift move, swift adjustment. They saw they weren't getting KD, boom, on to the next. I think they're going to be competitive next year and in the hunt once again if Klay Thompson comes back next year and is that same player. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the trade in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.